How do you quantum leap timelines? The process of quantum leaping timelines is what some people trip into or fall into, often accidentally. And that is that dark night of the soul understanding. Very rarely have I seen anybody purposely choose to quantum leap timelines. Very rarely. Well, I know, some individuals that have chosen, that understanding, but it's not common for people to do it. A lot of times people fall into the understanding of quantum leaping for themselves through their dark night of the soul, because that's essentially what dark night of the soul is. It's bringing everything down to take you to another place. But what I will say about this question is that really is quantum leaping timelines is about kind of removing pretty much so much everything around you out of your environment to make room for new. Because if you're just imagine you're here, you're at point A, and when you quantum leap, you're going from quantum leaping is the understanding of going from the East Coast to the West Coast. Imagine it like that. What's here on the East Coast is on the East Coast. The house that's on the East Coast is not the house that's on the West Coast that you're moving to. So guess what? You have to leave a lot behind. And unlike the analogy I just gave you, the spiritual process is not going to let you take a lot of the stuff with you, and it may be even down to the clothes that you have, the car that you drive. All of that stuff may need to be left in the past, because it is not a part of this new energetic vibration that you're trying to quantum leap into. If you're trying to quantum leap or move toward the highest and best timelines for yourself at the quickest pace, usually it really is like stripping away pieces of yourself, and it's very painful. It pretty much is that dark night of the soul understanding. It's a very painful process, and it feels like losing all the people around you. It could be, moving out of the job that you're currently in. It can be even moving from one place to another, all of it, so many things. So quantum leaping timelines is really just kind of separating yourself, detaching yourself heavily from your current environment so that you can more quickly move toward that next timeline understanding for yourself, or that highest timeline understanding. And when you do this, you kind of like go into some sense, I want to say free fall, but it's not really that. It's just that, I'll say it like this. There are things, because I have gone through this quantum leaping process, there are things that have come into existence, like where I wasn't sure what was coming next in my spiritual journey, because I chose to quantum leap, and I couldn't see what was coming next because there was nothing there yet. There are opportunities that I've had business wise. There are opportunities that I've had even when it comes to like my living environment and other things that it only just came into existence. There was one point where I moved into a place that was literally built, like they had just been finished building it like a few months before. And that's what quantum leaping is like. There are businesses that I've used to assist me as far as like what I do work wise, and that company only existed at a certain time. So when you quantum leap, expect that a lot of new innovative things will start to flow into your life, and they may not be existing yet. You may feel like, what is coming? Why isn't it here yet? Not realizing that you've jumped so far in your ascension process that is being created. It really is being created at the time that you're going through this process of releasing. So yes. And also quantum leaping is a process of releasing. It's a process of possibly releasing so much suppressed stuff that you didn't even know was there. And it can be intense. It can be hard. It can be, I've never known anybody to call it fun, but at the end of the day, the more you release, the more you get all of that stuff out of you that needs to get released anyway for you to live a better life for yourself, the more at peace, the more balanced, the more grounded you'll feel. But it is a tough process. So yes, quantum leaping timelines, how you do it is by really moving in awareness and asking yourself, what do you need to remove? What is holding you back? What can't you give space to? Whatever the case may be. A lot of times it's removing things to make room for what you want. And it's just like with going up in an air balloon. It's really the understanding of, hey, If you want to go higher in a hot air balloon, you got to drop some bags of sand. And liken that to the things in your environment. What is a bag of sand to you? What person? What job? What mindset? What activity? Anything. It could be anything. What is a bag of sand to you that needs to be removed so you can move more quickly toward the timeline that you want for yourself? That is what quantum leaping is. Removing the bags of sand that are slowing down your ascension process, slowing down your hot air balloon. That's what it is at the end of the day, at its core. But it's a tough process, and it can be scary. It's not something to be done lightly. And yeah, like I really think that's pretty much it. Maybe I could make another video on it separate of this, but I think those are the main things that you need to know about it.